And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the MIAA Center. It is Pope Francis. It's the Lincoln Sudbury Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize about our technical difficulties, but ladies and gentlemen, Pope Francis has struck first in this game with Mike McGrath, the sophomore, scoring first for Pope Francis. 1-0 the lead for Pope. Warriors, Cardinals, ready to go. Cardinal Nation, we're flying already. Again, folks, we do apologize about our technical difficulties. We are figuring things out here on the fly. We're going to give you the best broadcast we can possible. Alongside Henry Huey doing our fabulous camera work today. Caleb in the studio doing our statistician work of AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Cardinals, bringing you this live and exclusive action right here on Pope Prep. Remind you to like this content, subscribe to our channel for content like this, which we produce every single day of the week. It's all right here. It's all on Pope Prep. Lincoln Sudbury looked to be a formidable opponent to start the day. Pope Francis has come out fast here on this Saturday afternoon matinee and has struck first with Mike McGrath leading the way for the Pope Francis Cardinals. McGrath trying to add on to another, have to get back on the defensive side along with Bolduc, as Sudbury may have had an opportunity, but Bolduc is quickly there to snip it out. Here's Bolduc. Bolduc moving over to Joe DeMichael on that far right side. DeMichael's just going to chip it in and try to hit Mateo Kakova. Here's Kakova trying to get there, along with Sean O'Leary. O'Leary trying to move it around now, trying to shake and bake his Pope Francis, trying to get to that puck. O'Leary trying to use the body a bit. Cardinals looking for it, but eventually the Lincoln Sudbury Warriors will get under it and try to move it up the ice. Cycling around now is Sudbury, running out of real estate, says Mateo Kakova. Foyle will try to get there for Pope Francis on the back ends. Foyle looking to make the play he does. They'll move it over to Mateo Kakova. Kakova up to Joe DeMichael, the senior. DeMichael trying to use the board and scamper it up to Sean O'Leary. No icing called. O'Leary will have to use the body trying to make the play. Cardinals still looking for it. And eventually Bryce Russell will have to get back there as the last line of defense. And he'll move it over to Colin Foyle. Ladies and gentlemen, Pope Francis, Sudbury, live here Saturday afternoon matinee. We are so excited to be able to bring it to you. As we get our first looks of Vinny Maggi in this one, he'll cover up, make the save, and the clock will stop with 13:57 to go in this opening period. Anytime Pope Francis is on Saturday afternoon, on a matinee like this, fans show up, and they have indeed today, filling up the bleachers here at the Olympia Ice Center as we get to see the main unit, the greatest show on ice, the first line for Pope Francis of Ivy, Wittroba, and O'Leary as Bolduc. Now we'll take it around his net. Bolduc moving it back to Zachary Buffone. Here's Zach the junior trying to scammer it up to Josh Ivy, but eventually the Warriors were quickly there and able to close the door, and not for long as the Cardinals will try to get it back with Ziggy. Ziggy will try to move it over to Wittroba on that left side. Cardinals looking to do something here. Cardinals trying to find it with O'Leary. O'Leary just trying to move it up the ice. Cardinals going to look for it. That might be icing. If they're not careful, it will be. Clock will stop again with 13:28 to go in the opening period of play. Again, folks, this is part one of our doubleheader this weekend for you. Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. We honor the great man. We honor him with some hockey. We'll play this game here today on this Saturday afternoon, and then we'll be live Monday at Reading as the Reading Rockets will take on the Pope Francis Cardinals. We'll be there live, so stay tuned all weekend long. Pope Prep. We got your hockey fix all weekend long. McGrath trying to get there. Zach Buffone took a tumble to the ice. Cardinals looking for some defense now as the Warriors try to scamper in a shot in that high slot area, but couldn't for long. Jake Petey will try to move it up the ice. Petey looking around, trying to do something. Not for long did he have it. Cardinals still trying to do something. Here's Petey. Petey over to Moss Carney. Moss Carney right side, trying to center one out in front to Petey, but he eventually got a taste of the ice as the Cardinals will look for it. Bulldog Avakaram. Save. Rebound. Warriors up to the challenge. They'll now try to work it up the ice. Trying to do something on the Warriors here. Nice passing from the Warriors, trying to create a chance. Luckily, the last line of defense was Jake Petrin. He got there back in time, in just enough time. Here's Matt Bolduc. Bolduc trying to move it up the ice to Mike McGrath. It sets up Moss Carney. Here's Moss Carney. Does he have an opportunity? It's going to be a penalty as Moss Carney winds up in the goal. Petey's trying to get there. Whistle will blow. Let's see what we have. Will this be a penalty shot or will this be a penalty is the question. Trying to figure this one out here. It'll be a penalty. Okay. So it'll be a penalty for the Warriors. They'll head to the box. It'll be a power play for Pope Francis. Not the start the Warriors were looking for, down 1-0 already here on the road at the Olympia Ice Center. So Ivy, O'Leary, Wittroba, Foyle, and Buffone, the five on the ice for Pope Francis. Power play has begun. Here's Ivy winning the draw cleanly back to Ziggy. Ziggy's going to move it over to Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary trying to center one out to Watroba. Cardinals looking for it and trying to find it. They are. That one's going to get scampered all the way back down the ice. Cardinals going to try to do something here. Here's Ziggy. Zach Buffon trying to move it in somehow, some way. Over to O'Leary it goes. Ziggy right near us, trying to move it up the ice. Cardinals looking around now, trying to fire one out in front to Ryan O'Leary. That one eventually took a deflection out of play, and we'll have a whistle with 12:05 to go in this opening period. We'll have a face-off on the far left dot now. Petey will take the draw for Pope Francis. Cardinals trying to get on the board early again, trying to make it a 2-0 hockey game. McGrath trying to get there as well. Cardinals looking for it. Warriors just trying to clear it up the ice. That one will take a deflection out of play, and we'll have a face-off on that far right dot. Excuse me, rather, the dot near us. A little bit of issues thus far. Again, folks, we apologize about our technical difficulties. We'll figure things out here on Pope Prep as we go along. Warriors, Cardinals doing battle 1-0 on this Saturday afternoon matinee. Face-off for Petey, trying to win that draw. Warriors are making it tough for him. Zach Buffon down there trying to make a play as well. Cardinals looking to do something here with Petey. Petey and McGrath trying to just work at that puck, trying to look forward to the Pope Francis Cardinals. 3 players for Pope down there, only 2 for the visitors, as the Cardinals will eventually come away with it. Here's Petey. Petey looking to move it back. Here's Zach Buffon. Buffon sliding it on over to Bulldog. 1:03 to go on the Pope Francis power play. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy trying to just keep it alive. It pops up in the air. Moss Carney looking for it. Ziggy keeping it alive. Here's Mike McGrath. Awfully close to offsides where it was Zach, but he'll look to make him pay now. Bulldog. Matt Bulldog over to Zach Buffon. Here's Matt Bulldog again. Bulldog, McGrath. McGrath back to Bulldog. Bulldog working on over to Ziggy. Ziggy back to Bulldog at the point. Trying to stop a one-timer to Mike McGrath, but eventually the Warriors able to clear it out, but not for long as the Cardinals are able to get right back on it. Here's Bulldog at the point, working it over to Zach Buffon. Buffon, Moss Carney. Moss Carney back to Buffon. Buffon over to Matt Bulldog. Bulldog back to Ziggy. Ziggy up top trying to find Mike McGrath, but eventually it went through his stick, but he was able to get it back. Nice saucer pass over to Zach Buffon again. 15 seconds to go here in the power play. Bulldog trying to fire a shot, blocked by the Warriors. They're going to get a man out of the box. They'll just clear it down. It's going to be a successful penalty kill for the Warriors, as Zach Buffon will try to get there for Pope Francis. Cardinals trying to work it up the ice. Here's Ryan O'Leary. Power play just over. 5-on-5, even strength. We're back. Here's Watroba. Watroba trying to work it over to Ivy. Cardinals trying to play some defense with Matt Davis getting his return back to the varsity lineup today. Watroba trying to work it around, trying to center it out in front. That one's going to head all the way down the ice, and an icing will be called. And we're going to stop the clock with 10:10 to go here in this opening period of play. We're going to have a face-off on that far left dot. Nothing better than a Saturday afternoon matinee. I mean, this is one of the best days on sports. Not only are you going to get Pope Francis hockey today, NFL playoffs are on as well, starting this weekend, Super Wild Card weekend. I mean, man, oh man, it's sports time. And you know that winter's fully effect when the Pope Francis Cardinals are battling on a Saturday afternoon. Warriors trying to work it up the ice still. Davis able to play it in. Cardinals looking for it, but eventually the Warriors are able to get under it. They'll now look up the ice, trying to do something here. Wyatt Kenyon's going to give him a hard time. So is Pat Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to settle one out in front of Bob Trigilio, but eventually the Warriors are able to get under it. They'll try to work it up the ice, but not for long, as the Cardinals down there are trying to make a play. Kenyon going to work it over to Fitzgerald. Cardinals over to Davis. Davis shot, blocked by the Warriors. They'll now try to work it up the ice. Davis takes a fall, and look out. They've got men coming up the ice. One-timer, and they score! Warriors put it in fashion they do. Wow, that was tic-tac-toe at its finest. And just like that, the Warriors showing the resilience, they tie it up at 1 apiece. 1-1. Even Steven once again here on Pope Prep. Face-off won by Pope Francis, but eventually before we can do anything else, the whistle will blow. Heartbreaker for Pope Francis coming out strong here in this opening period. They were up 1-0, but eventually the Lincoln Sudbury Warriors have found a way to come back and even us out here on Pope Prep. Cardinals trying to get something going on the offensive end, trying to counter the recent goal by the Warriors. Warriors have it, trying to move it around the board. It's going to be a hard time as Colin Foyle is going to come down there trying to meet him for it. Foyle looking to make the play, just trying to keep it alive for Pope Francis. Here's Foyle trying to move it over to Moss Carney. Carney over to Petey it goes. Petey trying to work it in back to Moss Carney again, but eventually Foyle will have to move it around. Here's Bryce Russ, the junior. Russ just trying to scamper it in. That won't be an icing. It took a deflection. So Moss Carney will eventually get under it on that far right side. They're moving over to Petey. Here's Petey back to Carney trying to set it out in front to CJ Watroba. But eventually the Warriors were up to the task. Cardinals now will look for something on the defensive side as the Warriors trying to come in with some speed. But Bryce Russ says, board time for you, not for me. Petey, Colin Foyle. Foyle trying to work it over to Petey. Petey trying to work it back to Moss Carney. Here's Moss going to stop on a dime, think things over, trying to set one out in front to Petey in that high slot area. But eventually, it's the Warriors who will get under it, trying to work it up the ice. Warriors trying to fire a shot in on Vinny Maggi. A save, rebound. It'll skirt out to Petey. Cardinals still trying to do something. That'll be a save for Maggi again. So Maggi up to the task here early on. Cardinals just trying to keep it alive. Here's Bolduc. Bolduc up to CJ Watroba. Watroba looking around now. Watroba's got it. Watroba trying to do something here. Cardinals trying to play it in. Josh Ivey. Ivey trying to get down there, trying to make the play for Pope Francis. Ivey trying to work it over to O'Leary. O'Leary, Watroba. Watroba gets met up by a Warrior player. Bolduc able to keep it in the live. Cardinals looking for it with Ryan O'Leary, but eventually Ivey will come in, trying to scamper that one away. Cardinals, Bolduc trying to do something, trying to settle it out in front. Watroba trying to put it in, but eventually the effort was a mismatch for Pope Francis. That one's going to be sent all the way down the ice. Icing called. Clock stops. 7:18 to go in the opening period of play. So we'll have a face-off on the far left dot again. Mateo Kakova taking the draw for Pope Francis, but eventually the Warriors were able to get under it, trying to win the draw. Cardinals trying to do something with Kakova. So Michael trying to make the play. He does. Here's Sean O'Leary. O'Leary trying to move it in the Foyle. O'Leary looking around still, trying to move it in. The Warriors, but eventually the Cardinals will get under it. Cardinals trying to do something here with Foyle. Colin Foyle trying to move it in. Eventually the Warriors are able to get back under it, but eventually before we can do anything else, offside's called, 6:48 to go in the opening period. Face off for Pope Francis. Petey will take the draw for the Cardinals. McGrath trying to get in there, trying to make the play for Pope Francis. Here's Bolduc. Matt Bolduc will get under. Bolduc trying to work it up to Mike McGrath. McGrath moving it over to Moss Carney. Carney trying to set it out in front there. Cardinals are trying to do something here with Zach Buffone. Buffone trying to get there, and it'll be a save eventually as Moss Carney trying to go in there, trying to make a Warrior a hard time happen. But we'll have a whistle and a stoppage in play at 6:28 to go in this opening period. So PD, McGrath, Moss Carney, the three forwards on the ice for Pope Francis. Face off won by the Warriors. They'll take it back, trying to move it up the ice as the Warriors here. Up the left side they come. Cardinals trying to make a save. They do with Vinny Maggi. Rebound. Wow, save made by Vinny Maggi. Maggi covers up with 6:17 to go in the opening period. Maggi looking good thus far. Just one little shaker that he'd like to have back. But it's A-OK for Pope Francis. Tie game, even Steven. Here on Pope Prep on this Saturday afternoon matinee. Warriors, Cardinals doing battle at the MIAA Center. JV had a game earlier today. They won in decisive fashion. I believe the final score was 8-1. A lot of different scores on the day on the score sheet for Pope Francis, as it could be a trouble here for the Warriors. Just Ivy. Ivy's trying to work it in. But luckily for the Warriors, they had some nice defense on the way back, as O'Leary having a hard time handling that puck. Cardinals now will have to get back with Russ. Russ just trying to move it in. Cardinals looking for some defense now with Russ. Cardinals still trying to get back there with Dylan Shea. Shea, over to Russ it goes again. Here's come the Cardinals, trying to work it up the ice, trying to take the lead back here on this Saturday afternoon matinee. O'Leary trying to fire a shot. That one gets deflected. They'll head to the boards area. Cardinals still trying to do something with Zach Lafone. Lafone's trying to get there, trying to make the play, but before he can, he'll just let it hit all the way down those boards. Icing called. 5:32 to go in the opening period. Face off on that far left dot again. Cardinals trying to take the lead back on this Lincoln Sudbury team that has been formidable thus far. Cardinals will have to go all the way back into their own end as Zach Lafone will try to get there. Zach will try to move it into Wyatt Kenyon. They'll get taken back to Colin Foyle. Foyle working it up to Bob Trigilio. Big Bob will try to move it up to Wyatt Kenyon. The senior line coming out. Pat Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald just trying to work it back to Zach Lafone. Here's Zach able to keep it alive for Pope Francis. You just chip it in. Pat Fitzgerald trying to get down there for Pope. Warriors still trying to move it up the ice. Cardinals getting back there in just enough time. Kenyon will slide it on over to Zach Lafone. Zach will just chip it in. Bob Trigilio will try to show off the speed, trying to get down there for Pope Francis, but eventually he's veered off. Cardinals still trying to do something on the defensive ends now. Boyle trying to get back there. He does. So play it in with a chip. Jake Petron's got it. Petey moving it up to Moss Carney. Moss looking around, trying to find Zach Lafone, but eventually he's going to have to get back as the Warriors will try to move it up the ice. McGrath trying to get back there for Pope Francis. Foyle going to look for it. Foyle trying to find something here. Cardinals trying to work it up the ice. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach moving it up to Mike McGrath. McGrath, Petey. Petey trying to hit Moss Carney. Carney having a hard time handling that one. Moss will have to go look for it. Petey trying to get down there. Cardinals just looking for some aggressive forecheck now, trying to get on the back check now. Is Mike McGrath. And that should be icing. It will be. We'll stop the clock with 4:06 to go in this opening period. Fans, no matter what the result is of this game or what the result is after this first period, we will have the first intermission report coming to you live from the stands here at the Olympia Ice Center. We'll break down what we saw in that opening period and look forward to the second. It's all coming up, folks. Stay tuned. The first intermission report. Ivy will take the draw for Pope. He wins it back to O'Leary. Here's Bola. Bola working into Watroba. Watroba trying to set up maybe a one-timer to O'Leary, and eventually the Warriors got back there in just enough time. And it'll go to Ivy again. Ivy will try to settle one out in front to CJ Watroba. And eventually, Pope Francis now will have to get back, as Russ will try to do just that along with Bola. O'Leary trying to make the play with a poach. He does. Russ trying to go tape to Ivy. Here comes Josh Ivy with speed. This could be trouble. Ivy, stick, and big to O'Leary. Oh, that one almost hit Ivy in the face, but eventually it veers into the glass as the Cardinals will look for it. That one steers off of Josh Ivy's skate and perfectly onto the Warriors' stick. Warriors trying to look for something on that far right side. This could be an icing. Will it be? Yes, it will. Clock stops again with 3:21 to go in the opening period. Excellent game thus far. Both teams going back and forth, up and down the ice. There'll be a face-off on the far right dot again. Mateo Kokola will take the draw for Pope Francis. Here's Kokola, winning the draw to Joe DeMichael. Here's Dylan Shea. Shea working over to Sean O'Leary. Cardinals looking for it with Zach Lafone. Zach trying to get down there, trying to make the play for Pope Francis. So is Kokola. Mateo trying to get in there, trying to make the play with Sean O'Leary. O'Leary looking for it. Cardinals now trying to work it around the board. Shea trying to get there. But eventually he'll have to get back. As the Warriors will have an opportunity now. The Warriors trying to move it up the left side. Cardinals looking for it. They've got it. Here's Kokola. Kokola over to Dylan Shea. Shea over to Zach Lafone. Zach trying to move it around now. Here he comes. Up the left side, trying to move it up the center of the ice. Zach just going to try to take it himself as far as he can. Trying to veer it back now to Sean O'Leary. O'Leary having a hard time handling that one in. Pass it over to a Warrior, and it's deflected back to Makokova. And it'll go over to Russ. 2:30 to go in the opening period. Ziggy trying to play a little bit of forward there. Trying to make the play. Cardinals looking for something on the offensive side now. Russ trying to get back there. He does. Russ Over to Zach Buffon. Zach trying to just center one out there, just trying to just chip it in. But another bad mistake there by Ziggy. Icing's going to be called. 2:14 to go in the opening period. So not a smart play there by Zach Buffon. If he moves one more inch, that's not icing. But unfortunately for Ziggy, it is icing. So there'll be a face-off on the far right dot in the Cardinal zone. Warriors trying to move it around now. Can't do anything there, really. As Foyle will try to take it. Foyle trying to work it over to Bryce Ross. But eventually, it'll be Moss Carney trying to work it up. Petey trying to move it in over to Foyle. McGrath's trying to make the play. He takes a seat instead. Foyle. Shake Petey. Petey trying to go kabam. Instead, he goes kabam into the boards as the Cardinals will try to get it with Colin Foyle. There's Foyle trying to use the backhand, trying to steer it up, and eventually trying to hit Moss Carney, but eventually the Warriors will get under it. 1:35 to go in the opening period. Pope Francis, Lincoln Sudbury. 1-1 tie, even Steven. Watroba trying to take the lead back before we head to the dressing rooms for intermission. Here's Watroba. CJ Watroba trying to work it up to Josh Ivey. Watroba, the one-man wrecking crew over there, knocking down two Warrior bodies on the way to dish that one to Ivey. Foyle trying to fire a little skimmer in on that. O'Leary's going to try to take the rebound, wrap around, and he scores! Ryan O'Leary puts it in for Pope Francis. 2 goals in 2 games for O'Leary. Red hot. Pope Francis takes a 2-1 lead at home at the Olympia. Bada bing, bada boo. That was money. Ryan O'Leary puts it in 2-1. The lead for Pope Francis. The Empire strikes back. Excellence for Pope Francis. Ryan O'Leary puts it in. Mike McGrath also put one in. Those are the 2 goal scorers this far in this one. Cardinals going to look for a third goal before we head to intermission. Cardinals going to try to put it in with Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary's going to look for it. Watroba pulled up, just trying to keep it alive. That one will be sent back down the ice. Zach Buffon will get there for Pope Francis. 50 seconds to go in the opening period of play. Ziggy having a hard time handling things. This could be trouble. Warriors trying to stuff it in, but a big save made there by Vinny Maggi. Maggi with an excellent save. That could have been easily a goal for the Warriors. Ziggy mistake again, but eventually the Warriors will now try to move it up the ice. Down by a goal, trying to tie it up before we hit intermission, but the save is made by Vinny Maggi. He covers up with 23 points, 6 to go in this opening period. Face off won by the Warriors and a shot. Save made there by Vinny Maggi. Foyle will try to work it up the ice now. Cardinals just trying to clear, and they eventually do. Going to watch the clock now as the Warriors trying to get one last opportunity with 10 seconds to go in the opening period. Trying to work it down the ice. They might have a shot. 7 seconds to go. Warriors have to work quickly. Trying to center one out in front. They are. Cardinals trying to close the door on this period. Warriors trying to do something, but that's it. First period ends in style. Pope Francis heads to the dressing room with a score of 2-1 and a lead. Coming up, folks, we got the first intermission report. We'll bring it to you live here from the Olympia Ice Center. Packed house here today. We can't wait to bring in the rest of this game. Stay tuned, folks. Intermission starts next. Pope Francis, 2-1 lead. Intermission next. Stay tuned. Pope Prep Champions play right here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pope Prep Hockey back on the air. Cardinals lead by a score of 2-1 ending into the second period. Big goal by Ryan O'Leary there at the end of the first period to give them a 2-1 lead ending into the second. A lot of sloppy hockey by the Pope Francis Cardinals in that opening period. Cardinals are going to get back on track with a 2-1 lead heading in to this second period. Coming up in 30 seconds. The second period. Stay tuned, Pope Prep. Second period next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to resume in this second period. Pope Prep Hockey on the air. Cardinals saying hello to Vinny Maggi and net. Pope Francis Hockey. Hockey Day in West Springfield continues right now. We roll on from the MIAA Center. 2-1 the lead for Pope Francis. CJ Watrova looking around now. Here's CJ trying to do something, moving it in over to Josh Ivey. Ryan O'Leary trying to take it himself. Shot coming out like a bat out of hell, out of the locker room, out of the dressing room, onto the ice, trying to put it in. But eventually the save is made. We stop with 16:46 to go in this second period. Face off for Pope Francis. O'Leary working it over to Bryce Ross. Ross trying to work it inside, trying to find Watrova in that high slot area, but eventually the Warriors able to clear it out. Foyle will just try to chip it back in. Little pop-up can of corn for the Warriors. They'll try to get under it. Warriors trying to move it up the ice now on that right side. Ross going to try to use the body maybe. Coming in there with some nice defense with CJ Watrova, the leading goal scorer for the Cardinals this season. Watrova trying to move it around now. Trying to just chip it in off the boards to Ivy. Here's Josh Ivy trying to center one out in front. Goes back to Foyle. Foyle, bomb, save made. Or excuse me, not a save made. Shot was blocked by the Warriors, and they'll try to move it up. Warriors trying to fire a slap shot, and that one heads off the glass. Warriors still trying to do something, but eventually the Cardinals will get under it with Colin Foyle. O'Leary's trying to use the boards. That'll get rolled back into Foyle. Foyle will just try to use the spinorama. Bad pass. Warriors still looking for it. Foyle just trying to use his body the best he can. Instead, he takes a tumble onto the ice. Bolduc trying to just work it in. Here's Ivy. Josh Ivy just trying to skimmer one down the ice. That one will head all the way down there. Icing call. The clock stops. 15:38 to go in the second period. Face off for Pope Francis. Cardinals are going to do something here, trying to make the play. Is Matt Bolduc. McGrath trying to work it up the ice. Petey trying to move it in. Here's Bolduc. Bolduc back to Zach Buffon. Buffon trying to do something. He gets slammed into the glass. Cardinals going to look to make a play. Petey gets run into by the Warrior goalie. Carney into the Warrior zone. Carney trying to fire a shot. Blocked there by the Warriors. They'll clear. They get taken by Ziggy near center ice. Ziggy looking around. He's going to take it himself. Here's Zach Buffon, the junior. Zach going to try to move it in. Still trying to get there, Zach. Eventually, Cardinals will try to come in, use the body. Cardinals are going to do something here. Trying to get the puck back. There's McGrath. Ziggy Buffon trying to get there as well. Nice passing, tape-to-tape style of Bolduc. Bolduc having a hard time handling it. Here's Smarts Carney. Carney trying to work it in somehow, some way, but eventually the Warriors will try to take it again. Here come the Warriors trying to move it in. Bolduc trying to get there, back there for the Pope Francis Cardinals. He does. Moss Carney. And here's Petey. Petey trying to work it up, trying to create a scoring chance for Pope. Tried to leave it off for Moss Carney, but eventually the Cardinals will have to get back there, trying to make the play. Carney trying to work it into Petey. Petey will just have to clear it in to get fresh legs onto the ice. The senior line, Pat Fitzgerald, coming on the ice with Kakova and O'Leary. So Kakova and the seniors on the ice. DeMichael trying to make the play. Kakova, DeMichael trying to center one out in front to Fitzgerald. They couldn't find it. Cardinals still trying to look it over. O'Leary trying to get back there for Pope Francis. He does. O'Leary will chip it in again. Warriors goalie will just have to play it out with a stick. He does. Cardinals trying to get down there. Four checkers trying to get there. Fitzgerald. Last line of defense there was Dylan Shea. He made the play. It's worked back to Shea now. Shea trying to fire a shot. Save, rebound. He's going to stop it in. And they do. A goal for Pope Francis. Bada bing, bada boo. That was money. It's Jordan Michael putting it in for the Pope Francis Cardinals. The senior getting it done for Pope Francis. Money in the bank. Bada bing, bada boo. Pope Francis takes a 3-1 lead. And man, oh man, the Cardinals are looking good. Josh Ivey back on the ice with the Trobo and O'Leary. 3-1, the lead now for Pope Francis. Joe DeMichael putting it in for the Cardinals. 3-1 the lead now with three different goal scorers. O'Leary, Ryan O'Leary, that is. Joe DeMichael and the formidable Mike McGrath. Maggi will make the save with a pad. That one will get to flip it out to Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary's going to try to find Josh Ivey deep down the ice. He's going to try to show off the speed. He knows it's icing. He'll just stop and head back into his own end. Pope Francis trying to come together as a team, trying to take care of business here on home ice. Looking good thus far with a 3-1 lead. Face off on that far side, deep into the Cardinal zone. Warriors win it. Warriors trying to scrub it home, but eventually the Cardinal defense just too much. Warriors trying to move it around the boards now. Bulldog trying to get there for Pope Francis. Warriors, nice passing. Tape to tape they go. But eventually Ziggy's back there for Pope. He'll rattle it off the boards. Moss Carney trying to get in there with a poke check. Cardinals still looking for it. It's Bulldog. That Bulldog trying to work it up to Mike McGrath. McGrath's trying to make the play. Vinny Maggio will come out of his net and chip it out. Up to Zach Raffone. Zach was trying to move. Okay, so I get overruled. It was Mateo Kakola who stuffed it in for Pope Francis. According to our linesman down on the ice, Mateo Kakola gets credit for the goal. I thought it was Jonah Michael, but it was Mateo Kakola who put it in for Pope Francis. So 3-1, Mateo Kakola getting it done. Moscardi's shot. Well, save made by the Warriors. Could have had a 2-on-1 opportunity there with Zach Raffone, but eventually Pope Francis can't stop it home. Are we going to have a penalty here? Let me see. We will. Penalty called. Penalty call. Penalty called on the visitors. Warriors will be a man short. 5-on-4. Power play coming in for the Pope Francis Cardinals. 5-on-4. Opportunity for the Cardinals to strike on a power play. Foyle, O'Leary, Ivey, Watrova, Ziggy, the 5 on the ice for Pope. Here's Ziggy working it over to Josh Ivey. Ivey will just chip it back to Ziggy. Ziggy moving it on over to O'Leary. O'Leary chipping it back to Ziggy. Ziggy working it over to Ivey's one-timer. Save made by the Warriors with a glove. It's a nice save there for the Warriors, but good opportunity for Pope Francis nonetheless, showing off the power play. Power play has been effective this year, more than usual even for these Cardinals. Face off here for Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary working it back to the point to Ziggy. Ziggy sliding on over to Ivey. Back to Ziggy it goes over to O'Leary. Ryan O'Leary shot. Blocked by the Warriors. O'Leary able to get under it and get it back, however. O'Leary chipping it back to the point to Zach Raffone. Raffone, O'Leary. O'Leary trying to set up another one-timer to Ivey. And eventually Ivey will get under it. Ivey looking it back to the point to Zach Raffone. Here's Ivey. Josh Ivey chipping it back over to Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary's trying to fire a shot. Save, rebound. Ivey gets under it. Back to Zach Raffone again. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary, Zach Raffone at the point, trying to set up Ivey. Ivey one-timer with trouble, but eventually he misses the net. Foyle trying to stub it in. Yeah, goes to the point again. Here's Zach Raffone. Raffone having to move it over to O'Leary. Back to Ziggy it goes. Ziggy, O'Leary. O'Leary, Ziggy. O'Leary with a big hit, too. Here's Ivey. Josh Ivey trying to fire a shot. Save, rebound, puck up for grabs. Questionable whistle there by our official on the ice. But he does stop play with 11:30 to go in the second period. 58 seconds on the power play for Pope Francis left. Moss Carney Carney over to Zach Buffone. Zach over to Petey. Here's Petey. Moving over to Mike McGrath. McGrath back to Bolduc. Bolduc on over to Ziggy. Ziggy Bolduc. Matt Bolduc, Zach Buffone. Buffone, Mike McGrath. McGrath trying to one time in the box. Carney shot blocked by the Warriors. Last line of the bench got there for the Warriors. McGrath, a little spinorama, working over to Petey. Goes back to the point to Bolduc. Bolduc sliding over to Zach Buffone. 31 seconds to go on the power play. Zach, Bolduc, Bolduc, McGrath. McGrath, going to look around, work it back to Bolduc. Here's Matt Bolduc. Ziggy. Ziggy working over to Moss Carney. Moss Carney back to Buffone. Zach moving it on over to Matt Bolduc. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Cardinals trying to fire a shot. That one's heading to the scoreboard. That one deflects out of play. 10 seconds to go on the Cardinal power play. Face off, Mateo Kakova will take it for the Cardinals. Kakova trying to get there. Cardinals have to get back now. Foyle will just keep it alive. 3 seconds, 2-1. We're 5-on-5. We're back in even strength. Here's Mateo Kakova looking for two. Kakova looking around now. Kakova trying to hit Foyle. Here's Colin Foyle. Shot, save, rebound. Bob Trujillo took a tumble. He was looking for it, but eventually couldn't shove it home. Now the Cardinals have to get back on the defensive side as the Warriors will try to fire in a shot, save, rebound. They were aiming back for Lincoln Sudbury. Cardinals looking for it. Foyle looking for it again. We have a whistle, stoppage, and I believe we have a penalty. I think we have a penalty on Pope Francis. Let me see. We do. Mateo Kakova, the goal scorer for Pope Francis, one of the three, will head to the box. Power play coming for Lincoln Sudbury. Opportunity to jump back into this game. Does Lincoln Sudbury right now on the power play. 4 on defense for Pope Francis. O'Leary, Ivy, Ziggy, and Matt Bolduc. Face off on that far left side in the Cardinal zone. Holding penalty on Mateo Kakova as O'Leary will try to get it going shorthanded. Trying to work it up to Zach Buffone. He'll just clear it in. O'Leary will try to get there on the other side. O'Leary trying to fire a shot. That one, that scampered down. Warriors now will try to set up the power play. 1:40 to go on the power play for the Warriors. They'll try to work it in now. Cardinals looking for something on the defensive side. Cardinals looking for something on D. Bolduc will just chip it in. Just clear out the power play for the visitors. 3-1 is the lead for Pope Francis. There's Ziggy. Ziggy's going to try to keep it alive, trying to work it in. Lincoln Sudbury. We'll try to just move it around now. Taking it behind their net. Trying to work it in. Are the Warriors. Warriors trying to work it up the ice now. Bolduc trying to get back there, trying to make any play possible for Pope Francis. Warriors, long saucer pass. It's a nice pass there from Sudbury. But eventually it's Moss Carney who will get under it. He has an opportunity. Moss Carney, did he do something? Moss Carney all alone. Shot, save, made by the Warriors. What an opportunity that was for Moss Carney. Trying to stuff it home, short-handed style. But eventually he could not. Time on the power play running out for the Warriors. 39 seconds to go on the power play. 8:43 to go in this second period. Petey looking for it along with Colin Foyle. Moss Carney trying to get there, trying to make the play. Petey will just clear it out. Warriors will try to get under it. Everyone looking for the puck in this building, but eventually the Warriors are able to get under it. That was a weird little stoppage there. Cardinals looking to make the play. Foyle will just chip it in. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Watroba trying to make it a troublesome one as Ivy will get it. Here's Josh Ivy. Ivy looking to set it up, trying to find CJ Watroba. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Little shot by Colin Foyle. Skins off the goalie's blocker and into the glass area. It winds up back on the ice. Cardinals trying to do something. 5-on-5, even strength, even Steven. We are in terms of play. Here's Foyle. Foyle trying to stub it home for Pope Francis. Can't. Ryan O'Leary trying to get there as well for Pope Francis, along with CJ Watroba, but eventually the Warriors will get under it and try to work it up center ice. Trying to just move the puck around. Eventually, Colin Foyle, last line of defense for Pope Francis, able to get back there. Ryan O'Leary trying to use the boards and make it on over to Russ. Russ sliding over to CJ Watroba. Watroba working it out to Ivy. Here's Josh Ivy. Ivy trying to move it in, trying to use his edges the best he can there. Ivy trying to move it in. O'Leary says showtime, hit time. Cardinals now got to get back up to CJ Watroba. Watroba able to keep it alive. Here's Josh Ivy. This could be trouble. 2-on-1 coming in. O'Leary chipping it back. Watroba. Watroba. Fans on the shot. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary looking for it. O'Leary trying to work it over to Watroba. Watroba, one-timer again. Hits the boards. Shea trying to fire a shot. And that one's going to get deflected all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing. The clock's going to stop with 7:06 to go in this second period. So it'll be a face-off on the far right dot in the Warrior zone. Petey will take the draw. Here's McGrath. McGrath trying to get there, trying to make the play for Pope Francis. Cardinals looking to do something with Petey. Petey trying to keep it alive. Bulldog will just keep it in with a glove. Cardinals trying to get back on the defensive side. Here's Zach Lafont. Siggy getting back there for Pope Francis. Matt Bullock will help him out as well. Bullock losing the boards on over to Ziggy. Next goal is crucial in this game. If the Cardinals score, it becomes a 3-goal game, so that could really be the dagger today. But meanwhile, if Lincoln Sudbury were to score, momentum would be on their side. It could be a rough outing for Pope Francis. 3-1 is the lead. Second period, 6:25 to go in that period. Ziggy looking for it. Ziggy trying to get there, trying to make the play for Pope Francis. Bulldog trying to get there as well. Cardinals are going to clear it up the ice. Here's Mike McGrath. McGrath, he was showing off the speed. Charging down the left side of the ice. Trying to settle down front to PD, but eventually went past his stick. Cardinals still got to get back on the defensive side. Nice steal there by Moss Carney, but he can't handle it in the Warrior zone. Here's Bulldog trying to work it up the ice. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach trying to just clear it in. That's going to be an icing. A little bit of a scratch your head there play again from Ziggy. Trying to just clear it in, trying to stay away from an icing call, but not the best idea there by Ziggy. So it will be a face-off deep in the Cardinal zone. Mateo Kakoa will take the draw for Pope Francis. Fresh off the box, trying to make the visitors pay. Cardinals will cover it in with Vinny Maggi. Face off for Kakoa, one back to Bryce Russ. Russ will try to work it up, trying to find something with Fitzgerald. Eventually, it'll be a showtime hit from Joe DeMichael. Both players collide into each other, and eventually Pope Francis will try to work it up the ice. Here's Joe DeMichael. DeMichael trying to make the play. DeMichael trying to get down there, but an icing is going to be called. Clock will stop with 5:32 to go in the second. Face-off will be held deep in the Cardinal zone. Ivy loses the draw. Shot here by the Warriors. That'll skim off the boards. O'Leary trying to work it up the ice now. Trying to do something here. I believe we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a penalty on the Warriors. Eventually, we have a stoppage, and the Warriors are heading to the box again. Not a smart penalty for the Warriors. Power play coming in for the Pope Francis Cardinals once again. Head-scratching penalty from the Warriors. Cardinals hop back on the power play, trying to stuff it home, trying to make it a 4-1 hockey game. IB will take the draw. IB foil with Troba, O'Leary, Ziggy on the ice. Number 1 power play unit on. O'Leary trying to make the play, just steering through the Warrior defense. Foil down deep in the Warrior zone. Foil trying to work it up to the point to Zach Lafone. O'Leary working it back to Foil. Here's Foil. Front to Latroba. He misses the net again. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach's got it. Working it over to Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary back over to Ziggy. O'Leary, nice passing. Ziggy's got it again. Ziggy tries to set up Ivy on a one-timer, but he whiffed on it. I'd be able to get it back, however. Ivy, O'Leary. Ryan O'Leary, wrist shot. Save made again by the Warriors. Ivy able to get under it again. 1:20 to go now on the Cardinal power play. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary leaving it behind for Ziggy. Ziggy will take it, look around, try to move it back over to Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary trying to move it in, a little spin around on a shake and bake. O'Leary trying to work it again to Ivy. Josh Ivy will eventually get under it. Ivy, O'Leary, Zach, Ryan O'Leary, the phone. Ivy, send one out in front. That was perfection, ladies and gentlemen. The power play pays dividends. CJ Watroba adds another to his already terrific season, and it is 4-1. Power play in full effect. Tic-tac-toe, boom. Pope Francis puts it in. CJ Watroba makes it a 4-1 game. Cardinal power play looking strong as ever. They put it in, going tic-tac-toe, controlling all the momentum. 4-1 is the lead for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Here's Maggi. He'll play it out of his net. Dylan Shea will try to make the play. 4-1 is the lead for the Pope Francis Cardinals with 4 different goal scorers today. Watroba, Kokola, O'Leary, McGrath. Shea. Over to Moss Carney it goes. Moss Carney trying to look up the ice, trying to find Jake Petey. Mike McGrath will try to get down there. That took a deflection, so it won't be an icing. McGrath will try to get there for Pope. McGrath trying to do a little one-timer over to Moss Carney, trying to set him out in the slot area. And eventually, that is veered away, and the Warriors will try to work it up the ice, but not for long. McGrath trying to get there with Moss Carney. Carney trying to play it in with a stick. Cardinals are going to do something here with Dylan Shea. Shea trying to work it down the ice. That one little hangs up there for a while, and now eventually the Warriors have an opportunity to show it in. Save made by Maggi. Vinny Maggi coming up in the clutch with a shot. Eventually takes a weird carom, one of the weirdest caroms I've ever seen, and the Warriors are able to make the Cardinals pay. We're back to a 2-goal game. Warriors put it in. 4-2 now. The lead for Pope Francis. Nothing much that Magic could do there. Tough break for Pope Francis. Took a weird carom and then eventually went in on Vinny Maggi. But nonetheless, we're back to a 2-goal game. Pope Francis trying to respond once more. Kakova wins the draw. Back over to Matt Bolduc. Bolduc over to Ziggy it goes. What an afternoon matinee this has been. Bob Trujillo on the right side. Trujillo trying to make the play, trying to go all the way, but eventually he hits the boards and not the net. Kakova. Mateo Kakova trying to get down there for Pope Francis. Warriors will get under it now. Warriors trying to work it up the ice. Eventually, Matt Bolduc is back there for Pope Francis. Here's Matt Bolduc trying to work it in before he can do anything else. The referee said, not in my house. I didn't like what I saw. Offsides is called. Clock stops at 2:48 to go in the second period. Josh Ivey will take the draw for Pope Francis. Cardinals able to win the draw. Here's Bryce Russ. Foyle will try to work it in. Shot save made there by the Warriors. Cardinals still trying to do something. Russ trying to get down there, trying to make the play. Russ will chip it in. Ivy trying to work it in. Here's CJ Watroba. Watroba, little steer, little shake and bake. Watroba trying to move it in to O'Leary. Ryan O'Leary trying to get down there for Pope Francis. Foyle. Foyle trying to make a play with Watroba. Here's Colin Foyle. Foyle, that might be an icing. Nope. I believe it took a deflection, so no icing called. 2:15 to go now in this second period. Here's O'Leary. Foyle. Josh Ivey trying to work it in. Here's Josh Ivey trying to get down there for Pope. Here's Watroba. Ivy, Watroba. Ivy, Watroba again. O'Leary. O'Leary setting it up, and eventually the Warriors are back there able to make the slave. Here's Russ. Russ trying to make this little shot there. Go on net. He does. Warriors now will try to clear. 1:40 to go in the second period. Cardinals looking for it. Foyle able to keep it alive. We have a player down. That's going to be a penalty for CJ Watroba whenever the Cardinals do end up touching this puck. Goalie has left his net, so they'll get an extra attacker. But before we can do anything else, we have a whistle, and this could be a huge penalty for Pope Francis. We're going to take a stoppage, folks. Player appears to be down in some pain, so we'll step aside. Pope Francis Hockey 4-2 is the lead And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Stay tuned. Pope Prep. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It won't be a major penalty after discussion by these referees. 2-minute penalty. CJ Watroba in the box. Power play for Lincoln Sudbury. Huge opportunity for them, trying to strike and make it a one-goal game heading into the dressing rooms before intermission. Moss Carney will take the draw. Face off for Pope Francis 1. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach trying to get there for Pope Francis. Zach trying to do something. Here's Moss Carney just trying to clear it. He does. So, regardless of what happens here, Pope, the visitors from Lincoln Sudbury will have a power play heading into the third period. Moss Carney. Carney. Well, bad pass there. That one went right to a Warrior. Warriors trying to work it up the ice now with 1 minute to go in this second period. Game quickly coming and going today. Cardinals trying to make the play. There's Bullock trying to get back there. Shot. That one deflects onto the netting near the top level there. So we'll have a whistle. 48.4 seconds to go now in this second period. So we'll have a face-off on the far side again. So Pope Francis, Warriors in a battle here today on Saturday afternoon hockey. Cardinals looking for it with Bryce Russ. Russ had a hard time locating the puck, but eventually the Warriors will try to get there. LaFoyle is the last line of defense, and he just works it out. 34 seconds and counting to go in this second period. Warriors maybe one last opportunity to strike before this second period comes to a close. Warriors, nice passing, going tape to tape of the Warriors. Opportunity for the Warriors now, trying to center one out in front. Ivy got back there for Pope Francis. He'll try to clear. Cardinals still looking to clear. Ivy trying to just get there, trying to make the play. He does. Ivy still looking to clear, still trying to do something as the Warriors. And that is how we will probably write an end. And that is how we will end this second period. Pope Francis heads to the dressing room with a 4-2 lead. Coming up, folks, we got the second intermission report. We'll bring it to you live here from the stands at the MIAA Center. Stay tuned. Pope Prep 4-2. This game getting awfully interesting. And more importantly, the second intermission report. This time is like, Pope Prep champion play right here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pope Hockey back on the air. 4-2 is the lead for the Pope Francis Cardinals as we begin period number 3. Today, the Cardinals have shown fortitude and resilience. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Lincoln Sudbury still not dead yet. They still have 32 seconds of power play time and 17 minutes to jump back into this thing. Cardinals trying to shut the door and win this thing and take care of business today and this Saturday afternoon matinee. Cardinals Warriors resumes in 30 seconds. Stay tuned. Oprah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Watroba will start the third period in the box for Pope Francis. 32 seconds of power play time for the Warriors to start out this third period. Pope Francis, Lincoln Sudbury Warriors battle on Saturday afternoon hockey. We are ready to resume in this third period. Ivy, O'Leary, Ziggy, Bolduc, the 4 on the ice as we are ready to go. Third period from the MIAA Center. On Pope Prep. Ivy, face off a little lockup for it, but eventually it's the Warriors who will come away with it, but not for long as O'Leary with a nice hustle play to get there for Pope Francis. O'Leary pass, that's picked off. Warriors trying to do something, but luckily the phone was back there with that. Is going to be a penalty, and that is going to be a questionable one too. That's going to be interference for Ziggy. I agree with Ziggy there. I'm not sure what that was. I mean, that was a typical from Ziggy, typical Ziggy maneuver, but he's going to have to live with himself in the box for 2 minutes. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Lincoln Sudbury. They have the opportunity to put the pedal to the metal here in this third period. Cardinals trying to clear out 9 seconds of 5-on-3 time. That might not be as much of a concern, but the Warriors will still try to get something going on their power play. As Ivy will try to take it shorthanded, working over to O'Leary. O'Leary looking for a shorthanded Potter, but eventually it'll pop up in the air. O'Leary will have to work for it. 1:39 to go on Ziggy penalty time. Ivy. Ivy's got it, working them over. Here comes Pope Francis. Foyle working them over to Josh Ivy. Here's Ivy. Ivy stopping on a dime, trying to shake and bake a bit. Ivy looking for it, trying to make the play. Petey trying to get there as well, but eventually they'll all have to get back. 15:55 to go here this afternoon. Cardinals looking for some defense. Bryce Russ trying to be the first in. Warriors fire a quick one-timer. That one will eventually hit the boards. Cardinals will look for it again with Moss Carney. They'll work back to the point. Shot, save made. Rebound. Cardinals still looking for it. And eventually we'll work back to the point for the Warriors. There are the Warriors trying to stub it home, maybe potentially. A Foyle will clear eventually. That one will get rocked down all the way down the ice. Cardinals will try to make the play with 46 seconds to go on the Ziggy penalty, rather, as Pope Francis has got it with Moss Carney. Carney will just chip it back to Dylan Shea. Here's Shea working it over to Bolduc. Matt Bolduc. Up the ice it goes to Petey. Here's Petey working it in, trying to make the play. Cardinals looking for it with Dylan Shea. Here's Shea. Over to Bolduc it goes. Bolduc. Shea again. Here's Shea back to Bolduc. Bolduc. Up the ice it goes. Here they come the Cardinals. Watroba out of the box trying to make some plays for Pope Francis. 15 seconds to go on the penalty kill for Pope Francis. Warriors with one last opportunity as they've got it. Dylan Shea takes a whiff. Cardinals just trying to clear it out with Watroba. Cardinals still trying to do something. 2 seconds and 1. We're back to 5-on-5 even strength. Cardinals looking to just clear it out now. Bolduc trying to make the play. Watroba trying to get their shot. Save. Rebound. Warriors feeling an opportunity to make it a 1-goal game. But they get the puck right back. Warriors looking around, take a little fan on it. They'll eventually be able to work it in. Warriors, nice passing. Trying to set something up here. Trying to fire in a shot. Bolduc's trying to clear. Cardinals still looking to do something. Ivy trying to make a play for Pope Francis. Cardinals looking for it. It's Ivy who's got it. Ivy trying to work it up to Moss Kearney. Moss trying to work it up to Ivy. Ivy trying to make the play. He's going to serve a 2-on-1. Ivy, Watrova, save made by the Warriors. 2-on-1, they had it. That would have been 2 goals on the day for Watrova, but eventually the save is made by the Warriors. What a close save that was, too, from the Warriors. We all thought it was going to be a goal up here in the stands. That was a 2-on-1 opportunity, but it was an awesome glove save by the Warriors with 14:02 to go in this third period. Foyle, shot, deflected away. Fitzgerald trying to stub it home. Blocked again. Russ will work it over to Foyle. Here's Colin Foyle trying to work it into DeMichael. Go to Michael. Mateo Kakova. Kakova trying to get there looking for his second. DeMichael having some hard time handling that puck. And eventually the Cardinals will have to get back with Vinny Maggi. Maggi will cover it up, take the face off in his own zone. 13:35 to go in the third. A little short. A lot of us up here think it's a little bit too early for this song, but Pope Francis up by 2. Petey working over to Bolduc. Bolduc trying to find Moss Kearney. Moss trying to make the play. Here's Bolduc. Bolduc trying to work it over. Mike McGrath trying to get there. That shot will deflect off the glass. Cardinals still looking to make a play with Bolduc. Bolduc using a hit time. Petey trying to get there as well. Here's Zach Buffon. Zach trying to work it up the ice, out of the box. Moving it over to Jake Petey. Here's Petey coming quickly up the right side. Petey trying to fire in a shot. That one got blackballed over into the corner. Warriors still trying to do something. It's worked over to Bolduc. Bolduc back on over to Ziggy Buffon. Zig will try to work it in, trying to cross it over to Petey. Here's Petey trying to use the glass and yank it on over to Zach Buffon. Here's Zach. He's trying to do something. McGrath trying to get there, trying to make the play. And eventually it'll be Moss Kearney. Kearney will take it, trying to move it over to Petey. Here's Petey looking up the ice, trying to find something, maybe Mike McGrath. And eventually it's Petey who will try to just work it in again for McGrath. McGrath trying to work it to the point of Bolduc. Bolduc scamper. Save made again by the Warriors. Ziggy will play it back in. Moss Kearney looking to do some more damage. Moss looking for it. Takes a little bit of a tumble. Cardinals looking for it with Petey. Petey coming in head first, trying to make a check. Ziggy looking for it. That puck will just scamper off the ref. Coach is trying to tell Ziggy to get back. Cardinals looking for it with Bolduc. He's got it. There's Matt Bolduc. Bolduc trying to do something. That takes a weird bounce. Bolduc's got to be careful. Look out. No one knows where the puck is. Eventually Maggi does, and they cover up. Scary situations coming as Ziggy sets a man down. I think Ziggy's going to the box again. Oh, boy. Rough afternoon for Zach Buffon continues. He'll head to the box again. Power play opportunity for the Warriors. That's 2 penalties now for Ziggy in this game. Can't be a happy camper now. Power play opportunity for Sudbury. Again, with 12:11 to go, another big opportunity for the Warriors. Roughing penalty it is on Ziggy. He'll sit again. Here's Russ. He'll just clear. 1:50 to go on the Warrior power play. Warriors trying to move it in. Russ quickly closes the door. Cardinals still trying to close it out, but Sudbury able to get under it. Here's Lincoln trying to fire a one-timer in, but eventually Russ will clear it all the way down the ice. 1:25 to go now on the power play for the Warriors. They'll take it behind the net. Warriors trying to work it up the ice, trying to shake and bake a bit. Nice passing here from the Warriors, trying to move it in somehow, some way. Cardinals trying to get back with Foyle. Shot here, that one will scamper around opportunity. Eventually the Cardinals are up to the task. Cardinals trying to just clear it out now with 1 minute to go on the power play for the Warriors. Colin Foyle will take it. Here's Foyle trying to go toe drag swag style. And eventually Foyle is scampered out. He'll have to get back on the defensive side. Cardinals trying to play defensive Petey. Bolduc will just clear it out, trying to yank it off the boards. He does. 48 seconds of power play time left for the Warriors. Cardinals just trying to clear it off, trying to keep it a 2-goal game. Warriors, again with an opportunity. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Tape-to-tape pass, trying to set something up, but eventually the Cardinals will clear. That one's heading to the ceiling. That one deflects out of play. I thought it was going to wait for us there for a second and take a weird bounce, but it eventually did it. 10:42 to go in the third. 31 seconds of power play time left for the Warriors. Face off for Pope Francis. Here's Josh Ivey. Ivey trying to work it up the ice. Here he comes. Josh Ivey trying to move it in somehow, some way. He stops on a dime. Ivey will think things over, trying to do a little toe drag swag too. O'Leary working it back to Shea. Shot. Save made again by the Warriors. Ivey looking for it. Ivey's got it. We'll just bucket her in the O'Leary. Here's Ryan O'Leary. O'Leary just trying to make the play, but eventually the Warriors will get under it. 6 seconds and 5. So the Cardinals today clearing off another penalty, and Ziggy will come out of the box and go straight to the bench. Cardinals will try to make the play with Bulldog. Bulldog's trying to work it over to Ivy. Ivy was trying to work it up the ice again. Cardinals will just make the play with O'Leary. O'Leary going tape-to-tape Mike McGrath. Here's McGrath trying to do a little toe drag swag, but eventually Warrior numbers were just too much. One Mike McGrath versus 3 Warriors, not going to be too good for Pope. Warriors will just move it in again. Cardinals will look for it with Bryce Russ. Russ will just take it around with a shake and bake, but eventually the Warriors, nice forecheck effort. Get there. Carney. Here's Moss trying to work it up the ice. Moss Carney making the play. Moss, little toe drag swag, trying to keep it alive still. Moss looking around, still got it. Moss. PD going in, body to body. That one struck the glass. Russ able to keep it alive. Shot. Save made by the Warriors. They cover up. 9:22 to go in the third. So the Montegilio, Wyatt, Kenyon, Kakola line will come onto the ice. Kenyon trying to get there, trying to make the play. Bob Trigilio trying to get there as well. Bob T's got it. Bob T trying to move it in. Shot goes off the side of the net. Cardinals still trying to snub it home. They can't. Foyle getting under it now. Foyle trying to fire a shot. Save. Cardinals working it back to the point to Russ. Russ trying to move it into Foyle. Here's Colin Foyle. Foyle trying to keep it alive now. Foyle trying to wrap it around the net. Cardinals still trying to do something. Foyle trying to fire a shot. Cardinals looking for it with Wyatt Kenyon. Kenyon moving it over. Takova. Takova over to Foyle. Foyle shot. Save made there by the Warriors. They cover up with 8:46 to go in the third. Ivy will take the draw for Pope Francis. One back to the point to Zach Lafone. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy trying to work it on into CJ Watroba. Watroba trying to work it off to Ryan O'Leary. Here's Ryan trying to move it around. Ryan's looking for it with Watroba. That one will get steered back all the way into the Cardinal zone. I expect an icing. It will be. Icing called. 8:28 to go in the third. Pope Francis, Lincoln Sudbury in a battle. Lincoln hanging on here to Pope Francis. A lot of miscues by Pope Francis. Some just not smart penalties, not smart hockey by Pope Francis. That's kept us a 2-goal game. Latroba, we're trying to just hang up the draw. Ivy looking for it as well. Work back to Zach Lafone. Ziggy's shot blocked by the Warriors. O'Leary just trying to keep it alive. Ziggy trying to get back on the offensive side. Fold up. Trying to just keep it alive. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy trying to do something, trying to steer it around the boards. He gets a little glass time. Cardinals looking for it. Ivy trying to get there, trying to make the play. Cardinal, what a weird bounce that was. And eventually Matthew was up to the pass. Fold up. We'll try to work it around the boards. Here's Ryan O'Leary trying to get there. Can't. Ziggy will try to help him out with a poke check, but eventually Volda will have to block a shot and try to work it up to CJ Watroba. But eventually the Warriors will get under it. 7:50 to go in this third period. Cardinals trying to hang on, take care of business here at the Olympia and send the home fans happy with a win on Hockey Day in West Springfield. Watroba. Watroba's got it. Trying to work it up with Ziggy. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach just going to try to take it himself over to Moss Carney. Zach's got it. Trying to make up for the penalties. And that one hits the boards. And eventually now the Warriors will try to work it up the ice once more. Nice stick handling here by the Warriors. Just trying to keep it alive. Trying to move it around now. Trying to fire a one-timer. That's deflected away. Latrobe looking for it once more. Maggi makes the save again. Here's Sean O'Leary. O'Leary over to Moss Carney. Moss Carney trying to keep it alive once more. That one's going to head near all the way down the ice, but eventually the Warriors will get under it. Warriors trying to do something. Trying to make the play. There's Sean O'Leary. O'Leary. Mike McGrath. McGrath over to Petey. Petey trying to keep it alive. Can't. Warriors will try to take it the other way. Here's Petey. Petey over to Moss Carney. Moss Carney. Mike McGrath. McGrath trying to do something, but eventually can't. Real estate runs out for him. Cardinals trying to get back on the defensive side now. O'Leary. O'Leary trying to make the play with the boards, and eventually it'll be Petey who gets under it. Here's Moss Carney. Carney trying to work it around, looking to put on that X-ray vision. This is over to McGrath. Shot, save, rebound. Cardinals trying to stop it, and they can't. That will be an icing. Clock will stop with 6:28 to go in the third. Face off here from Mateo Kakova. So one over to Joe DeMichael. Here's Foyle. Foyle working around Pat Fitzgerald. Foyle trying to just fire a little slapper. That one will eventually be speared out to Kakova. Kakova trying to move it in somehow, some way. And eventually the Cardinals will have to get back with Bryce Russ. Russ with this time doing in off the glass. That one took a weird bounce and a skedaddle onto the high netting down there near the ice. So that'll be a face off for Kakova. Kakova over to Fitzgerald. Here's Russ to Foyle. Foyle trying to work it up the ice to Kakova. A quick break for Pat Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald shot. Oh no, he had the opportunity, but could not stub it home. Opportunity for Pope Francis to put the dagger in the Lincoln Sudbury. Well, they could not. Cardinals now will have to get back. It will not be an icing, according to our head official down there on the ice. So Foyle will have to play it. He will just do that over to Russ. Russ will just yank it off the boards to DeMichael. DeMichael will try to cycle it up to Mateo Kakova, and eventually it's worked back to the skates of Bryce Russ. Russ will just try to steer it over to Kakova. Nothing much there. Warriors will try to take it again, but eventually Bryce Russ will get back there for Pope Francis. Russ will make the play. Russ will use the boards, trying to hit Pat Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to do something. Fitzgerald moving it in. Trying to do a little shake and bake. Cardinals trying to just chip it in, get some fresh legs onto the ice. O'Leary, IB, Watroba all enter the ice. 5:16 to go. That was a hit and a half. O'Leary using the body. Ziggy trying to work it up. A bad pass is picked off by the Warriors. Warriors trying to stuff it in. Save made by Vinny Maggi. He covers up. 5:06 to go in the third. Face off for Josh Ivey. Bulldog Ziggy, the two defensemen on the ice with the Ivy line. Face off, Warriors win it. Cardinals trying to just play some defense now, trying to work it up the ice. O'Leary looking around, just trying to make the play. Ivy looking for it as well. Cardinals able to keep it alive, and they do. With Ryan O'Leary trying to use the speed. O'Leary looking back to Ivy. Josh Ivy trying to stub it home. Ivy looking for it. So is Watroba. Watroba trying to keep it alive with a poke check. But eventually, Bulldog will settle things down, take it back into his own end. Bulldog over to Ziggy on the Watroba. Here's CJ Watroba trying to set up Ivy. Eventually, real estate ran out again. Cardinals looking for more defense. Moss Carney trying to get back there for Pope. He does. Carney trying to just keep it alive, but eventually real estate again runs out. Bulldog trying to get back with Watroba, and the shot and the save is made by Vinny Maggi. Covers up with 4:21. They go in the third. What a game it has been here today. Lincoln Sudbury still not going away. Still fighting for as long as they can, down by 2. Time quickly running out, though. 4:21 to go. So, you're Lincoln Sudbury. Score quick is the message. Shot here, that one will be yanked out of play and hits the high netting there on the ice level. So, it will be a face-off from the same exact spot as before. Sudbury looking to do something. Petey trying to make the play. Cardinals looking for it still. Here they've got it with Dylan Shea. Shea trying to do something over to Petey. Shot! Save made Maggi. Rebound. Warriors still trying to snub it home, but eventually the Cardinals will try to clear. Not for long, though, as Petey trying to get there, trying to make the play. Cardinals still trying to get back with Russ. Look out. Warriors trying to set up a one-timer. Save. Rebound. Cardinals still looking for it. McGrath just trying to clear it out now. Warriors able to keep it alive still. Yank off the glass and then into the stick of Bryce Russ. Russ will try to work it up to Petey. Here comes Petey. Petey trying to do something. Will drop off past the Carney. Moss trying to find McGrath. Deflection, and it deflects away from the Warriors. Cardinals still looking for it. Moss trying to work it up. Here's Zach Lafone. Zach trying to make up for the penalties. Shot. Hits the glass. Cardinals will look for it still with Bryce Russ. Russ has got it. Russ trying to move it over to Mike McGrath. Bryce Russ trying to make the play with McGrath. But eventually the Warriors get under it. They'll try to go tape the tape style. They do. Warriors. Nice play here with 3:18 to go. Russ trying to steer the boards, and he does. Ziggy now will eventually take it as Bryce Russ says, let the bodies hit the ice. As Ziggy will just spin around, take it behind his net, try to find Russ. That one will hit the boards and work up to the Warriors. The Warriors will try to do something. There's Bryce Russ. Russ trying to do something. Shot, save, rebound. Nagy, what a play that was to keep things out of harm's way. Nagy, a huge play there. Still to keep this a 2-goal game. 2:50 to go. Warriors with all the pressure now. Cardinals looking to stay alive, trying to just win this game and get out of here with a win. Russ trying to work it over to Petey. Petey trying to do something, just trying to work it up. If you're the Warriors at this point, you have to consider pulling your goalie. It is about that time. Cardinals trying to just play some defense. That shot hits the glass. So eventually Bob Trigilio will just work it up. And Bob T will try to do it all himself. T trying to steer it in, trying to go coast to coast. But eventually, it is a save made by the Warriors. Kenyon will work it out to Foyle. Foyle blast. Warrior save. Clock stops again with 2:14 to go in the third. And I believe we have a timeout on the ice. So timeout taken, I believe, here by the Warriors. They'll strategize things out, think things over. 2:14 to go here in this third period. Hope Francis, Lincoln Sudbury. Saturday afternoon matinee continues next. Who will win? Who will lose? Third period continues next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pope Francis, hockey back on the air. 2:14 to go in this third period. Cardinals, 34 shots on goal. Warriors, 25. Cardinals trying to close it out now, looking for a dagger. Watroba and Ivy all looking for it. O'Leary trying to get there as well, but eventually the Warriors are working up the ice. Warriors have got to consider pulling the goalie now. It's getting the dire straits. Ivy will take it instead and make the Warriors wait, and eventually the Warriors now will just try to settle things down and look up the ice. Warriors trying to do something. That's going to be an ice, and the clock will stop at 1:53. Weird game here this afternoon, to say the least. I mean, a lot of Cardinal miscues, but Pope Francis will try to hang on and put a win in the books and get out of here with a nice win. 4-2 the lead. trying to make it a 3-goal game and absolutely put the final kibosh in the Lincoln Sudbury. PD trying to win the draw. Cardinals looking for it. But eventually the Warriors are too. The Warriors could not find the puck. That was a weird one there. Cardinals still looking for it with Mike McGrath. PD trying to get there as well. Boyle trying to keep it alive. That's offsides. Clock stops. 1:36 to go in the third. Face off for PD. That is a high flying backhand that was handled in by Ziggy. He'll corral it. 1:30 to go. And here's an opportunity for Petey. So put the game away on this play. Petey over to McGrath. Mike McGrath trying to make the play. McGrath staying on his feet, trying to stay upright. And eventually, it's the Warriors who will take it. They've got to consider pulling the goalie right now. 1 minute to go. And I'm not sure what's going on down there on the bench, but I would be that would be in my consideration to say the least. Here's Mike McGrath. McGrath trying to work it up. Trying to do something with a minute to go. Warriors looking for it. Just trying to clear things out. And here come the Warriors. The goalie's got to come out. I have no idea what's going on there down on the bench. Warriors still trying to do something, trying to establish possession deep down the ice. Warriors trying to fire a shot. Maggi will make the save. Confusing to us why the Warriors are still not pulling their goalie. 49.5 seconds to go. Face off deep into the Cardinal end. I'm confused on the decision making myself, but I'll have to live with it. Warriors will try to stub it home, but eventually the Cardinals will try to clear it. Wells trying to do just that. That takes a little skimmer off a Warrior defender. Cardinals still looking for it. It'll be Ryan O'Leary who takes it. O'Leary trying to work it in. 36 seconds to go. The Pope Francis Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen, off to a hot start this year. Warriors one last opportunity, trying to cut it to a 1-goal game. Ivy will clear it out to Foyle. Foyle working over to Russ. Russ, Ivy. Ivy again over to Russ. Here's Colin Foyle. Foyle will take it with 17 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. The Pope Francis Cardinals, hot start indeed. Have not lost a game that we have seen. Only loss this season was the BC High in the tournament a few weeks ago, and that is it. The Pope Francis Cardinals win. Lincoln Sudbury, a tough loss on the road. A little bit of pushing and skirmishing there at the end, but that does it. Francis wins by a final score of 4-2. Mini Maggi, another win for him on the docket in his senior campaign. That just about does it. So, Mini Maggi and the Cardinals win. Tough win. A lot of miscues today, but Pope Francis is able to hang on versus a formidable Lincoln Sudbury team who just about gave them everything they could handle. So that just about does it from here. Caleb doing the statistician work, Henry Huey doing the camera work, Major Gonzalez. The voice of the Cardinals saying so long from West Springfield. Cardinal postgame coming up next. Stay tuned. Hope Cardinals win. on Pope Francis Hockey. 4-2, the final score here this afternoon at the MIAA Center. Visiting Lincoln Sudbury gave everything the Cardinals could handle today. A lot of miscues, a lot of errors from Pope Francis. Sure, Coach Foley and the gang will clean that up this week at practice, get it ready, and get the ship going for this Monday. As we have a Martin Luther King surprise for you, we will be filming the game live in Reading on Monday. The Reading Rockets and Pope Francis Cardinals will start us up for the next stretch run here of this winter sports season. Pope Francis off to a hot start this season. How will it end? Will it end like we hope it'll end at the Garden, raising a state championship? That is the goal. That is the only goal for this Pope Francis team. The rest of the way is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. The wrap is on. Ladies and gentlemen, how will this season end? We will see. Pope Francis looks hot right now. How will it end is the question. Will it end at the Garden or will it not? Ladies and gentlemen, the stretch run of the Pope season is officially upon us, and we can't wait for it. For all my crew, Caleb doing statistician work today, Henry Huey doing the fine camera work today, MAJ Gonzalez, voice of the Cardinals saying so long from West Springfield. We will see you in Reading on Monday. Stretch run continues. Prep, stay tuned all year long.
I was going to tell you, if you don't finish in 10 seconds.